Hi, dear Marlene. Thank you for your kind wishes. That's so sweet of you. All good so far, which is fantastic. So people nowadays tend to have children at older ages. Do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? Whoa, difficult one. Um, I'm worried you're over time, but hopefully not much. Good length, really good length. The question has raised whether people should start a family early or there might be a certain biological deadline for those who desire a child. Okay, has been raised. A question doesn't raise itself. Raised, and I would go of whether. It's a nice structure, this. The question has been raised, but it's got to be passive. Of whether people should start a family early, but people maybe think couples, maybe, should start a family early, or there might be a certain biological deadline for those who desire a child. Should start a family early, or there might be a certain... Okay, good. In my opinion, this is a personal matter and should absolutely be the choice of parents. Nonetheless, there are undeniable benefits, good, under the age of 40 because the risks of possible dangers, fantastic, could be decreased. Very good. Absolutely love that. Well done. I was a little bit worried on that, but you've absolutely explained what I wanted you to say. So good start. Good. Well done. To raise a family when more matured might offer various benefits. Might go mature. Might offer various benefits. To who? To the couple, to the child, to the mother. I think you need to say to who. This is because the future parents are able to focus exclusively on their individual development or a top career, which might be connected with further achievements on their individual development. Or I wouldn't go top career, I'd go or career success. Or career goals would be better, wouldn't they? Career goals, which might be connected with further achievements. This way, more income might be generated, good, and parents could provide the youngsters with financial stability, an enhanced set of experiences, as well as now, that doesn't work, and I'll tell you why. As well as the ability to plan a more successful future. Now, look at what's happening here. More income might be generated and parents could provide their youngsters with. So provide their youngsters with, you've got three things. That's the one thing. Stability. Experiences, that's the second thing. These are the nouns you're using. As well as the ability. So you've got those 1, 2, 3 nouns. So that's why you can't suddenly bring in another verb. Providing them with 1, 2, 3, the ability to plan a more successful future. Good. Okay, fantastic. But they're not giving the youngsters a more successful future. So you don't need that. So they're providing them with this, this, and this. Consequently, these assets might be woven into a child's education and could guarantee them a brighter comparative life path. It's acknowledged that older parents have not only guided their children more appropriately, but also the families were. Now, the families were less affected by poverty, abuse, or neglect. Fabulous. Now, not only guided, so here, not only, and then immediately the verb. Yeah, you got that. But here, you don't need to reverse it. Here, your structure's okay. Not only guided, but also the families were less affected. You don't need to reverse it there. Therefore, older fathers and mothers may indeed provide good for their sprouts. They don't have sprouts. You mean offspring? I love that. Okay, we say offspring. The only other word you might have meant is sprogs. But that is very, very informal, and we wouldn't use that in an essay. Offspring, maybe. However, a number of notable disadvantages could occur when children have older parents. The key argument here lies, LIES, in probable medical issues and overwhelming parenting styles. Overwhelming. Why overwhelming? Interesting word choice. Dominating? Maybe? Just not sure on what you mean by that word. Subsequently, if children are born in later ages, it's not the child, it's the parent. So we would say in later life, chances are increased. So the chances of experiencing, just change that structure, the chances of experiencing miscarriage are increased. So the chances of experiencing miscarriage are increased, as are the likelihood of having a disabled child. So the chances of experiencing and again of having. So it's just that verb pattern coming in here. I'm not worried about this. You are really pushing some really difficult grammar here, which is excellent. In most Western countries, doctors are frequently recommended to end family planning. To end family planning until the age of 36 in order to decline, in terms of decline the risk of Down syndrome. Do you mean to continue family planning? Family plan. Now, family planning for us means using a contraceptive pill. So if you ended family planning then, I'm thinking that you might then get pregnant afterwards. So to you want to count to have recommended, I think we might have to go beginning a family before 36. It's just this word family planning, which for us is a word for contraception, in order to decline the baby's use of Down syndrome. Additionally, older parents are often more anxious, don't need that, and worried when their children feel the need to explore the world around, which could limit them. That's such a good point. Absolutely, that's a really, really good point. Fantastic. To conclude, there should be no restriction in age, but medical institutions and family might advise, absolutely, advanced parents, or older, just older, about the dangers of late pregnancies to mitigate. Absolutely lovely, well done. So the issues here, it is just sometimes in the grammatical structures which is affecting the word order. So the best thing, honestly, write a tiny bit less and have time to check it over, because I think when you read it out loud, you might hear that it's not, some of the sentences don't quite work, or you might just see them and think, oh, not quite right, maybe. But I really like that. It's a very good essay. It's really, really good. Well done. How much over time? Let me know how much. So a nice little table here. Okay, so we've got countries, food, drinks and tobacco. What are they spending their money on? Compared to proportion of expenditure. Yep. Okay, overall, the majority budget was dedicated to grocery and tobacco. Have you done this question before? It looks familiar. Maybe someone else has done this one recently. But I remember thinking it's quite a nice question. I like the tables. They're fairly logical. You can quite easily find things to compare, can't you? Now, as a top category, top expenditure or expenses, let's get the language in here. Budget category. Show, because you can do this now, but show extra. Give me some magic, give me some amazing vocab. Was represented in the middle, leisure accounted for the least of all examined regions. Okay, examined financial elements. I wouldn't go regions, I'd go elements, or categories is the word you want, but you've got had that already. So I'd go elements, or areas, or fields, or something. Turkish Arabs spent most of their income good on consumption goods. And we say consumer goods. At over 3/5, summed together, good. In contrast, Average around 50 in that section was probably good, nice, very nice. Clothing and footwear, Italians, of course. Not surprising. 9% was about 4. Yeah, that's absolutely not surprising at all. But although we can't say that, can we? And then I'd link that together. And then reigning group, Turkey had the most sales, 4.5, over double the amount of Spain. Really, really nice. Don't forget the words that Ellen always loves, proportion. So try and use that. Yeah. I'm thinking of what other linking words. So we want while and whereas. Just checking that you're using those words and you want as many comparatives. So more than, which you've got, twice more than. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So those are the key things that we're kind of looking for. The language, obviously the vocab, you can get extra points quite easily on the vocab there. Really, really good. Brilliant work. I mean, you are just, I know you can do this. What you've got to watch out for is too many of these little mistakes. So remember this thing, error-free sentences. So just really, really be as precise as you possibly can. Well done.